BKBs, I imagine.
Yep, they ditched back to push out lanes and farm a little bit because they know they can't fight for 70 seconds. KP is pretty stacked though. I mean, he's queuing up a Aeon Disc. He only needs the Vit Booster and the recipe, so he's not too be useful fights. He also finishes his Maelstrom as well. So they've still got some PL solutions. PL changing build ideas, going for Manta now, so more standard. Trying to overflow with the illusions.
Do you think he intentionally built the Maelstrom? Or because he had the Javelin for a long time, he may have just been trying to buy a BKB.
From 500 to 600, AoE, like Maelstrom, is even better at this stage in the game. Late game, still not amazing, but for right now, it just feels like it's worth 1600 gold to make it so much better.
Okay.
Plus, he can push with it.
Yeah,
there's just a lot of benefits.
Yeah, his ability to he can clear wave kind of fine with his spells, but now he can just be a bit more efficient with the Maelstrom procs.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the way to go.
Yep.
I don't play that hero much, but
well, right now, as Newbee really do need these BKBs to team fight better, and they've got two coming up soon with both Clinks and Bloodseeker, about 500 gold away each. On the Radiant side, what are we looking at here? Mirana's going back for a Maelstrom.
Yep.
Yule's Maelstrom, bit of an odd build. Starting out for the utility item, going back for the damage. Necro has a BKB queued up. PL went for a Manta, not the Shadow Blade.
So BKB next on Necro is his follow-up, but he's got the Blink Dagger, so you can always get Reaper sides off if they find opportunities. But they are pretty burst heavy. Lan going for a Aether Lens at this point. Picked up an Urn. I like builds like this on Shadow Shaman. Just get a little tanky, lots of mana regen. It's definitely favorable. Interesting skill build on him though. He went like he went 2-2-1, then he got a third Ether Shock, then he got a third Hex. Now he's maxing Hex. Kind of all over the place, but would you ever get the Hex cooldown talent at 15? I don't think anybody does. They always go cast range, but it puts it down to an 8-second cooldown on Hex. That's pretty crazy.
If you're more farmed and you feel like you're confident you're going to stay alive in a fight, it makes sense, I would say.
Something I've always wanted to try.
I mean, the Aether Lens, it's like, oh, you're going cast range. On the Aether Lens, you want more cast range. Well, it's like also at the same time you could say you have enough cast range. You don't need that extra 125.
Yeah, I mean, you could cast almost twice as many Hexes.
Yep.
So feels like
I think it's a good talent. It's one of those things where most people get the cast range, but I don't think that Hex cooldown needs buffs.
Nice. All right, great Nightmare.
Save.
That's a lot of damage prevented right there.
Tango still in trouble though. Gets caught by the Reaper, trying to roll away, and Ori is there in the right place, the right time with the Blink Dagger.
Man, you can really see how much you need a Shadow Demon on Newbee's team right now.
Yeah.
It's like just the easy setup with Arrow or whatever they use and the Reaper side. If they could just keep KP alive at the start of these fights, the whole thing would be different. That's why he's going for Aether or for Aeon Disc, but it just takes so long to get there.
So KP, between those two Reaper deaths, is going to have spent like 3 of the last 4 minutes dead.
It's tough.
He was dead for like 70, respawned, died about a minute later.
He's had such a good game too, but his stats don't look great. 2, 5, and 7. I mean, I guess they've got Nightmare. That is a 1-second disruption, arguably. Saw in that last fight, but yeah, Glimmer Cape from Bane could really help. Just having more raw HP could really help. That's having his Vit Booster certainly makes a bit of a difference there. But
both teams smoked up around the Roshan pit. Newbee think they're Roshing and want to contest it, but they're wrong about it. It's already will break the smoke and blink away, and the rest of Vici, they were smoked up. They're going to get the arrow on the Bane, bring him down first. Terrorize going to be pump faked here, trying to catch out a couple of heroes, but unsuccessful except 11, who is still so low, brought down by the BKB. Wow. SCCC. Bloodseeker does die despite his BKB, and Clinks is kind of salvaging this fight, actually gets himself a double kill. SCCC, despite fighting against the odds, it was a 3v5 fight, has done all right.
That was a big save by Fenrir there, absolutely changing the fight. The Bloodseeker pops BKB, runs in at a great moment and did a lot of damage to PL, but the disruption bought him a couple times, wasted 2 more seconds of the BKB duration, and ended up with Bloodseeker dying first, not getting the heal, completely changing the fight outcome there. But either way, a great initiation for Vici. They basically caught Newbee unawares from the backside.
Yeah, and they instantly killed the Bane. Despite that, I mean, you can see how impactful these BKBs can be, because even though Bloodseeker dies, SCCC, he's being ignored. He very easily and quickly kills a couple heroes. Vici Gaming do have to respect the strength of this BKB timing on the Newbee side. If Newbee managed to get five heroes, I don't see much hope for Vici Gaming to take the 5v5 engagement.
I feel like we've been seeing a lot of jungling in the last couple of days. Like a lot of like small downtime, go hit these triple camps. Like these are being heavily abused by a lot of teams, feels like.
There's the air on this. KP disassembles his arcane boots so we can get it that a little bit quicker. And this will make his life a little bit easier.
Absolutely. So another way to protect himself. Mugi queuing up a butterfly option against a PL. He's got tons of armor already, so adding evasion on top of that will be a great solution. But you know, PL's nearing his I'll have too much HP area where he'll just stay alive for a long time. See if that makes a big difference. So it seems like initiation is obviously huge this game. And it feels like Newbee's just better at team fights, whereas Vici Gaming is just better at little pickoffs, perhaps.
Another Moonlight Shadow. Vici Gaming just keep wanting to look for these pickoffs that you're talking about. Using this Moonlight Shadow whenever it's available, constantly using smokes. There are sentry wards that they're about to run into though, and I think they see Ori. He gets hit at the creeps here. The Yulsep is there. There is an A on Dis though. Oh no, sorry, that's not KP, that's Kaka instead. He should be dead, but the Nightmare trying to help him out. The Shadow Realm to follow up. He's going for the TP. KP also going to the Rolling Thunder though, but he has no backup whatsoever. He needs to just get the hell out of there, and he goes bouncing over a cliff to scurry on home. Yeah,
seeing the power of the Shadow Demon ulti, removing the Yule Scepter, but Kakarot getting the Shadow Realm off. They bought him enough time for him to defend himself, just TP out like that. The Shadow Realm TP has been so valuable this game. Again, it's just arrow. They don't have another way to interrupt that teleport, and Kaka just reading the team fight really well.
Newbee seem to be worried about Roche. Yeah, they're actually smoking. They did a scan at the Roshan pit that went red, but it is not
get the subs too.
Vici Gaming in there.
Or at least the creep wave will.
They find Ori. He's got to blink if he's quick. There's also a BKB. Can they get the grip? No. Ori very fast react. He's had a good game despite a couple of deaths in the mid game. Disruption arrow not going to land on Clinked.
Man, they double warded and they're under 2 sentries. That feels really bad, dude.
Shadow Demon is like, I'll take these D ward.
That's actually so much gold. It's like killing a pair of Necro 3s or something.
300 gold going the way of
Shadow Demon. Oh, he deserves it. It's a Shadow Demon.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Disruption, yep, he takes those.
I don't feel bad anymore. So SCC queuing up a Scythe of Ice actually next. So a little interesting.
Okay.
It's going to limit his damage, but it's going to make it a lot easier to kill people. And that's definitely one of the things they're lacking as well on their side. They've got Rolling Thunder for stun, they've got Fiend's Grip, but past that, kind of hard to grab heroes like Necrophos without him getting his BKB off his Ghost Shroud and making his ultimate death a lot harder.
11 leading a smoke gank of Vici Gaming's own. Both teams have been very aggressive about using these smokes here in the last 5 minutes of this game. I feel like this is the 5th or so that we've seen between the two teams.
And they do kind of know where their opponents are playing, at least. They see the PL. I think they might have seen the Death Pulse as well, but by the time their opponents even maybe take this tower, it should be a dead Roche.
Yeah, they kind of catch Vici Gaming unawares a little bit. I don't imagine Vici Gaming would have happily let them take that for free, but at the same time, it's very hard to contest because of the Newbee teamfight advantage that we've been talking about, as well as these BKBs being very hard to deal with.
And most of the time as well, the other thing I'd point out is the Mirana ult has just been so impactful in so many of the games so far at TI. But it's slightly offset by things like Clink's having invisibility and even like Dark Willow being difficult to kill. So even if they do want to engage on their opponents or find them before they end up taking Roche, it's not always easy to know exactly where they're going to be. So a little bit more passive farming again, and the game continues.
Yep. Do you think this favors either team if this, you know, keeps on dragging out, goes 40, 50, 60 minutes into the real late game?
I mean, we always have to worry about PL solutions, and they're building some. So I guess I'm worried about that. Is there anything else you're thinking of?
I mean, I would look at the Bloodseeker and his itemization. He is going for this very carry-oriented build, which I think is a good sign.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Butterfly, the Radiance BKB Butterfly. There's none of these like Yule Scepters, other, I don't know, like Blood Right Rupture damage-based builds that you sometimes see. He's going all in on the right clicks.
Would you do something? You'd probably still get Mjolnir on, I'm guessing.
On Bloodseeker?
Yeah, because like Blood Rage plus Mjolnir is really valuable, obviously. Just amplifying all the damage, or maybe...
I wouldn't mind like an AC.
Okay, just like get super physically tanky.
Yeah.
I guess.
AC...
Okay.
possibly a Skadi or Basher type build. I don't know. It's hard to say. There's a lot of different, I guess, approaches because it's not just PL you have to worry about. Necro is also a very scary late game. Lincolns could be very effective against him. Yeah. Since he has no way to break the Lincolns.
Yeah, that was definitely one thing I was worried about. Once his BKB runs out, that okay, he's gonna be really good against PL, but then he's gonna get shredded by like Necro Soul Catcher. Yeah. He'll die almost instantly. So it'll make team fights kind of hard. Maybe it would be like an OG situation yesterday where find the right carry and you just kind of lose the game instantly.
They have one Lincoln's coming on KP's Pengo, which I like.
That's a great choice, yeah.
Definitely, and he's not a carry, so he doesn't feel like, oh, you know, this is a lot of money to spend on an item that's not going to give me, you know, damage or something more impactful.
And he's already got his core items too. He's got Blink, he's got Maelstrom, and then now he's building supplementary items to make sure that he actually gets his ult off.
Yep. He knows, yeah. The main thing for him is get your ulti off. Doesn't matter about doing damage itself. That's what the other heroes like SCCC are there for, and that's exactly what him and Kaka are going to do in the mid lane. Now the Rolling Thunder comes in. They catch two. He leaps or blinks into it. 11 just TP'd right in. Immediately melts. What was he thinking?
Well, they'll get a tower out of it at least, but Kaka might be able to get the follow-up. He's got Doppelganger. He can remove that. He's got a Manta in 2 seconds as well. Here comes the teleport. Doesn't quite catch him. Never mind. The Yules is getting interrupted. Do they have Fiend's Grip? They don't. They've got a Nightmare, though. This is getting scary, though. They need some AoE. Wait for Paparazzi might get killed.
With the PL, Paparazzi is just going to hold his ground and fight. He's going on SCCC. He's like, that's a PL. My hero doesn't touch PL. Paparazzi, he finds him with the real one. He's not being dealt with. They followed his illusion. He's gone after SCCC. He's going to get this kill. Paparazzi, 1 versus 5. You magician. He gets a kill before he dies. Almost gets a couple kills.
And that's what they got to worry about on Newbee's side. I do not blame them for the TPs. They interrupted his escape, but man, he just is very hard to deal with. And that is that pre-heart? No, he's got heart now. So, but killing his opponent first, he got 600 gold out of that 1v4.
Yeah, you mentioned if this does go to the ultra late, it's how, you know, is there an answer to the PL? And I think that right there shows there is. Even with, this is with Radiance and Maelstrom, there is not a great answer to PL.
Yes, there is not. I mean, Mjolnir goes a long way, because then you're bouncing 9 times instead of 4, I believe is what the difference is.
Okay, and you have the active component too.
Yes, exactly. If you throw that on whichever guy's getting gone on, and he starts getting hit by a ton of little illusions, you're going to proc a lot of AoE blasts, so that would be a solution, but that was a tough one. They also didn't have Rolling Thunder. If they have like the Rolling Thunder active disable, that he can just roll back and through the illusions, it would work a lot.
Being purged up. There's also a 5-second arrow to fold up, but he's got Aegis, so they don't actually want to go on him. They could have gone Kaka instead, who gets instantly hexed and...
Great Nightmare.
That actually saves his life. There was a Shackle and it got immediately cancelled, but the Reaper gonna find the Bloodseeker Aegis here. That means Necro's in a bit of a tough pickle here. He's got BKB as well as an Axe if he can buy some time, but the cooldown is way too long for him, and he and Mirana both get picked off. Newbee chase down Vici Gaming, killing 3, looking for a 4th. Paparazzi.
I don't know about this one, guys.
Yeah, SCCC is not going to get the kill on Lan M here. Paparazzi's just going to turn and try fight. Mugi, though, has the Mjolnir static charge.
That's from KP. Somebody's ready to carry.
Finish one. Yeah, I was about to say, I saw one queued up on Clinks after the Hex, but...
Yeah, this is a great choice. I mean, it was either Lincoln's, right, on Pengo, and I think it's a good choice to make it, but spending that 3k gold to instantly finish the Mjolnir is certainly more worth it considering what the problems are right now.
Yeah, multiple Mjolnirs and... The Radiance might just start adding up, and you kind of like does Bloodseeker. You mentioned getting the Mjolnir. He's got it queued up. They're going to go for triple Mjolnir.
It's basically either that or you get a Battle Fury, but by the late Battle Fury, it kind of feels bad. It's not bad, but like it's actually really good. Late Battle Fury is on somebody that has this much attack speed. He's got lifesteal. I think that could be better actually, but Mjolnir isn't terrible either. In the short term, it'll probably be better, maybe.
See how things go from here. Newbee have pulled ahead about a 6,000 gold lead. The Gaming have just not really looked that good in terms of their... It's like, yeah, they've got a weaker teamfight line, but they're also choosing bad teamfights. 11 has like gone into some very questionable positions. That TP in there, a couple of fights where he's being picked off and leapt into enemy spells.
It is a hard game, though. It seems like Rupture is one of the good solutions.
Yep.
I think Faith has been playing amazing. His Nightmare timings have absolutely turned some of these fights. Like, Newbee's just outplaying, basically. KP had some weak rolls kind of at the beginning of that last fight, but the fact that they bursted on the Necro in time made it all worth it. Yep. They're just playing well, and Ori's or like the problem with Necro as a core is like you can't solo carry this. It's not a hero that can just like blow people up. You need a little bit of cover. You need the combo. You need your allies to set up kills for you. But it's been hard for them to find these engagements because Newbee's kind of just been passive and sitting back a lot.
See if things change here as Newbee gonna smoke up as 5. Similar kind of approach Newbee are known for, this group team play, and they're gonna smoke at the Mirana who's TPing on out. 11 the up call there, knowing what was perhaps coming his way. But even with smoking up, it doesn't really feel like Newbee are going aggressive with their play. They take a very defensive route to the bottom lane through the enemy jungle where they know it's pretty safe because they've got a deep ward. They're not really taking a big risk here with this move.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. And even the last fight, it was a defensive reaction. They covered their ally that got arrowed, so it seems like they're just kind of reacting to fights. But there's another Maelstrom coming. This one's going to be for Mugi.
Vici Gaming on the other side of the river here, actually on Newbee's side.
They're going to know, though. They saw the courier for sure. So
courier flies over. They could try and snipe it over the creep wave. Does Ori actually want it? He's going to have to reveal his position. He's going to go for it. Right click. Okay, doesn't one-shot it. Doesn't have the damage. Went for...
Rangers do a lot less damage to couriers. I think it's like melees have like a 50% damage bonus or something against them.
Okay.
That's how it works. So
there you go.
You have to be a really high damage range hero.
Yeah. Vici Gaming now are going to have the Mirana Moonlight Shadow wear off, and they maintain their position around that high ground cliff, playing around their sentries and observers, but similar kind of thing. Newbee, just play it safe. Don't take any chances running forward blind. And Vici Gaming will just continue to pulse around here, hoping for Roshan. It's just about to hit that minimum Roshan respawn, and we are looking at a 2-minute 45-second respawn beyond that.
Okay.
So very late Roshan coming for this game. But the teams don't know that, so they're going to still be playing around Roshan even if it's not respawned anytime soon.
And they should on Vici Gaming side. Their wards are really good for it right now. Wards are on the tier 2 mid. Or on the high ground. They've got little sentries playing around the mid lanes, so they should be able to cover that.
At some point, Newbee's going to feel like they have to go to Roche, even though it's not there, because they don't have a good way of scouting it right now.
Yeah. I actually like the ping that they just made on Vici Gaming side. They can kill shrines. They got that tier 3 tower top when Paparazzi 1v4'd their team, so with that tower dead, kill the shrines, control some more map control. Whereas on Newbee side, they can't really pressure towers because they can't really take down the mid tier 2. They're not going to go top tier 2s, surely, because they're not going to play on that side of the map. They spot LANM here.
Yeah. No, they did not. He spots them. He actually going to drop the surf from the low ground to high. Instant Reaper going to take the Dark Willow out for 2 minutes, so he's going to immediately buy back. Clinks is going for LANM with the silence there. The right clicks, they've got the detection, so they will get the kill here, but it's the Rolling Thunder down. Bane dies on the backline. Shaman and Bane both going to buy back. Teams both recognizing this is the key fight for them. They don't know that Roshan is actually still quite a ways away, or they may not be buying back here, but it could respawn is the big thing here. So if you win this fight, and like convincingly, you're thinking we get Roche, but
they did lose a gem though, right? Let me just open this obnoxious screen. There's one on Pangolier still, so they should be able to get D-wards.
That's their Faith's gem. So his teammates.
The Vici Gaming the initiation was really helpful. I definitely noticed the cast range difference in that engagement.
Yes.
It's like he was actually hidden the whole time. They had no idea where he was, and the wards hexes come down. It's really useful.
That's how you play around your vision. His observer ward on that high ground allowed him to get the serpent wards drop from nowhere, a hex with it, and shackle the other. Very clean play coming out from LANM. Banner runes will spawn. It looks like it'll be 2 apiece. Vici Gaming maintain their control over this Roshan pit for now, at least, while Newbee take ones down bottom.
Yep. Peels finishes Monkey King bar, so the Butterfly and the Bloodseeker is not going to be nearly as good as he used to be, but
watch out, SCCC has a double damage rune. You can see Ori run right into him. Has a hex as well. Doesn't want to go on a Necro. He knows there's maybe a Shadow Demon behind, and would have been correct. And there's going to be a Blood Right for Vision that misses. One more right click, it also misses. Oh my gosh, can they catch a break or not? He'll finish him off with the Swan Bundle and the grip on Ori. The Terrorize to make sure he doesn't use any spells. They get 2 kills out of it. Great play from Newbee. They got a bit unlucky going for the Shadow Demon kill, but they were rewarded with a Necro one as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was close. Ori was probably a fraction of a second away from blinking in that moment, but does get caught. And one of the best things about Bane usually is that
arrow on KP. Trying to force out the Aeon Disc. They'll be successful. The Yup Scepter. Oh, he barely dodges the Blood Right. Almost landed in it. Clink's coming in. Yeah, the Bloodseeker. Oh, doesn't quite die there. He's still alive on the B. Still ends up dying, not to the Reaper at least, as SCCC is holding his ground, trying to fight, trying to take down Paparazzi. The arrow will be blocked by the BKB. Paparazzi still fairly low, but he's starting to heal up by the heart. They haven't managed to break that one, and they're going to chase down the Willow. If he dies, he's dead for like 2 minutes. And that is a long, long respawn for him. 100 seconds on the sidelines. And that's with Roche up. That's where that Necro buyback pays for itself, because now you can dump an Aegis on Ori and he's going to feel a whole lot better about himself.
I mean, at least they dodged the Reaper's Scythe on the Bloodseeker using Nightmare, but I mean, this is going to have to be a 4v5, and they are clearly having some
They
big
may
PL
go for
bombs.
it. And we're actually just TP'd into a Clinks here. He needs to be careful. He may just get caught up by the Hex. S-Triple-C shove a freebie out of this one. No save available. Okay. Clinks nearby though. Have they got detection? He's got a dust. He's going to catch S-Triple-C. Gets him with the Hex up top. Shackle to follow. Is there an arrow? Ori's got a Reaper here.
This is going to last a long time. They got the Shackle.
Dust is wearing off. Reaper. It's going to be not enough damage, and S-Triple-C will survive. No additional detection.
That was so big, actually. The fact they didn't get him.
Was his Veil on cooldown?
It might have been in his backpack. When he was dead before, I noticed it was his backpack. He might not have noticed.
It wouldn't have been enough damage on its own, I believe, to kill him, but...
He had that Hex cooldown, though.
Yep.
That was definitely, that was an Hex into Shackle. Either way, are they going to contest it? They just went in there. Oh no, KP blitzed wrong. That was such a big loss here. He could have gotten into the Roche pit for sure.
Yeah, we've seen so many. Wow, Roche actually died to the Dire. KP gets in now. There's a long duration on Paparazzi. KP will pay for this with life. I have no idea what just happened. Swash.
Maybe like Blood Right or something?
Blood Right? Yeah, I did not see that one.
Had to be like Blood Right, because there's anyone else that has like some kind of a ranged kill ability. It must have been him.
Okay.
All right, so you get a little gold out of it, but ultimately the prizes that Roche drops is far more important. There's a cheese on the PL to keep him alive. They're just having PL options. This is like one of those situations I genuinely think that Mugi should have gone for a Battle Fury. Like, Battle Fury scales so much better against a PL than Maelstrom does, and Mjolnir even. Yep. Even with the damage buffs, it just seems like they're having trouble. Like, they've got lots of Mjolnirs, but it only does so much damage. Clink's getting ready to skill up his last talent as well. Curious which one he'll pick, but it goes multi-shot. Probably the right move considering against the Clinks, and even with the Mjolnir, it's actually really smart to have.
Proc on either shot, so
I think it's a good choice this game.
And they've got some spells for the strafe as well. So we've seen them be pretty good about using things like the Yule Scepter against it.
That's a great point. Or even the Shadow Demon ulti.
Yep.
All right, hitting the high ground. Thinking about a Terrorize.
Just nightmaring the PL constantly.
Oh, he's ruptured too, and now scaring him.
Can he get this cheese off with the Disruption? He should be okay to do so. 11 looks for the arrow, hits the Dark Bull on the backlines here. The Serpent's chewing away at this Rax here. Paparazzi's still getting low. He has got the cheese. He's trying to bait them in. It looks like Paparazzi should be just fine. The Reaper comes out, deletes the Bane. Ori, though, loses his Aegis here. Can't afford to die again. He just bought back, and it looks like he should be A-okay here. The melee Rax very, very low. 11. He's the one sent in to finish it off, and doesn't quite do so. The lone Serpent Ward, one more right click, somebody. Paparazzi's like, I've got this, guys. X got a Hex out as well, and that could be the death of the Clinks here.
Tries to put the Lincolns on in time, but the Hex was just a bit earlier. So it's a 4v5 here in Vici Gaming, looking like they have a good hold of this game, but it's not over yet. Buyback from Clinks comes. He needs to get his ultimate off, get some bonus damage, HP. Man, they can't even touch the PL right now.
This is one of the big weaknesses of Clink. Situation like this, you buy back or you respawn, you don't have a good death pack target. You'd love to find that big tanky neutral, but it doesn't exist. There's no kill, but can they actually get the kill? There's a Disruption, comes just in time before he gets stunned up by KP's Rolling Thunder. They're still going to get the kill here. Great play from Newbee. Their teamfight prowess really shining as they get the second and third. Leaping in is the Moran of 11, a suicide mission if anything. He's gone into 4 heroes with a leap. He should have just bailed, but he'll go down, guns blazing, and give Newbee 4 kills in a very big hold. They do lose the top lane, but holding the mid lane.
That kind of felt like it was almost the end of the game there for Newbee if they didn't execute that right. But the Rupture combos are actually so strong for them. Rupture into Terrorize, make them run away and take bonus Rupture damage. All those things are very effective. But yeah, hitting the back line was the way to go there.
See it again here briefly. The backline Rolling Thunder from KP caught 3 heroes.
is and his team's setup is a lot around like
that you're picking to scale. It's not like some offlanes you pick and you're like, oh, he's just being a team player. He's getting the Tide, the Greaves, the Crimson, and all that. But this is a hero that's getting these single target damage dealing items, Mjolnir, and the carry items, and hasn't been able to find an impact on these fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
But things not over just yet. Still plenty of dough to be played. Both teams down one lane of racks, only a half lane on Vici Gaming side, but it was the melee rack. So essentially, damage has been done mid by Newbee.
And Klink's opting for late Lincolns here. I don't think it's a bad idea. He was thinking about getting an Orchid, but they do have a lot of BKBs on the enemy team. Even finding the PL is hard. And Hexes felt like very impactful in all these team fights. The Hex range is massive.
Yep.
He just sits around and gets ready to prep and initiate. And a couple times, that's why Klink died last fight as well, before he had to buy back. So Lincoln's maybe the way to turn things around.
Lincolns always feel stronger and more annoying when you have more than one on a team. When there's one, it's like you know who it's on, you know you got to break it, but once there's 2 or 3, fights can get very chaotic.
Absolutely.
Because you put a Lincolns on a hero right after it breaks or something, and suddenly you are blocking a big spell when previously you knew exactly how to...
Rana maybe in trouble here. Well, they're going to run though.
Yeah.
Kind of doing
Rana goes leaping forward, looking for a Yule. Defines on Klinks. Is there an arrow to follow up? He times this one perfectly. SCCC could be the one in some trouble, but instead they're going to go for the Dark Willow first instead. The Aeon Disc not saving his life. Immediate buyback coming out. KP rolling his way on through, trying to get a few heroes here for the BKB from Ori, stopping that Rolling Thunder from stunning him up. It's Mugi on the Bloodseeker, who almost dies to the PL, but he gets saved by the Nightmare. How's Mugi still alive? Once again, Faith has saved his life, only for a little bit longer, though. Fenrir did still finish him off. I believe some poison damage. He comes in from behind. And now he's found more. It's Fenrir on the Shadow Demon, the hero support. He's got himself a double kill somehow. And the Dark Willow, who just bought that Kaka, he hasn't got an escape. He uses himself, but he needs another Shadow Realm, and he just doesn't have one. Dead for 100 seconds are 2 Newbee heroes, and they're without buyback. Straight for the throne go Vici Gaming. They sense victory, and Newbee have to find something here.
And the way they attacked that team fight was so strong. They just swung in.
Top.
It's going to get his ultimate off at least by a second. He can...
Aeon Disc helps him out. They GG. The throne's being focused. They've got no way to defend it. They have GG. KP's like, wait, what? Why are we GG? I can defend. But no, it's over. Newbee, they know it.
Wow. Very back and forth team fight. And Vici Gaming finally getting their first victory of the tournament. So that's got to be great. Sitting 1-4 now. They can start turning things around. They're not a bad team. They're just losing a lot of matches, but finally pulling out a solid win. And it definitely just felt like a PL problem. Like there was almost everything was controlled by Newbee that game, but they just couldn't deal with PL.
Crazy thing is that game actually ends. Newbee have a gold lead. Very slight, less than 1K, but they lost with a gold lead. It really highlights that this game was back and forth. Every single team fight was just so close, so hard to determine who's going to win, and these buybacks being used means you lose that one big team fight at the end without...